What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another War Within video. Hope you're all doing very well. I want to talk about a mechanic that exists in the Ringing Deeps called Snuffling, and it's pretty hilarious. And sorry, my nose is going to end up sniffling a little bit here because I have some summer sickness. Let's talk about Snuffling and why you might want to do it and what's valuable. What's the point in even doing it? So in the Ringing Deeps, you have a kobold faction here that's part of like the Gundergaz. It's part of this whole zone down here. Lots of kobold stuff. The kobolds trade in like wax, and you'll start to collect these odd globs of wax for the kobolds. And you do that by doing Snuffling. And Snuffling essentially revolves around these disturbed patches of earth that you'll find anywhere. They're all over not just in the Ringing Deeps, they're all over the entire map, okay? So what you want to do is you want to interact with them, and they will give you a random... Something random might happen. Nothing really might happen. You might just get a little thing that you can loot. An enemy might spawn that you have to kill, and then you can loot. A special event might spawn once you start getting more renown in the Ringing Deeps with this faction. With the Assembly of the Deeps, you can see toolboxes can now be found while snuffling, which is really cool. And then there is special events that might also happen. Yeah, so you may encounter rare events when snuffling. So as you get more renown with the Assembly of the Deeps, this snuffling will start to become more valuable, more profitable for you. So let me just click on this and I'll show you what happens. We'll see what happens here. Okay, so nothing really happened there. That was just something we get to now loot, and we're gonna get a bunch of wax and some valor stones and a bunch of other stuff. So again, what you're going to do is you're going to fly around the zones, whatever zones you're in, and you're going to look for the purple like notification on the ground. And I'll try and find a second one for you so that I can make it kind of obvious how this works. There it is right there. Boom. We saw another one. Boom. So here we go. We'll do a second one here. See what happens this time. Okay, nothing again. That's actually pretty rare. But that's the most common thing that happens, is it just spawns some wax and you can loot it. The less common things is that there's like rare events that can happen. There's another one there. Holy cow. We're getting very lucky here. So there's another one. Let's loot it and see what happens. Sometimes you can get enemies spawning, or you can get this. Grab the wax that this guy drops. He's gonna... Where's that even going? Oh my god, I'm gonna miss it, aren't I? There. So this is like a special event. I get to grab a bunch of wax wherever he throws it, although I can't see where he's throwing it, so that's kind of annoying. Depending on where this spawns, it can be really difficult to actually capture this. And he's going over there now. Yep, this is going to be terrible, isn't it? This is a terrible showing for me. Whoop, I fell down. It's even worse. Anyway, special events like this can spawn, and they can give you more wax or less wax. That's actually one of the most valuable things that can spawn. And I just completely duffed it because I didn't have a lot of movement speed, and he was... Anyway, I need like Wind Rush Totem for that or something to make it a lot better. But this is what you're going to end up doing. You're going to float around the zone, and you're going to look for those purple patches on the ground, and they will have wax stuff for you to do. Now, what is the point of this? Well, you can trade your wax into an NPC at the main hub down here. And I'm going to show you how this works right now. Again, I'm sorry that was such a poor showing there, but really I ought to spec into Wind Rush Totem so that I have a better ability to do that. But there's going to be random events like that'll spawn. There's going to be enemies that spawn that you have to kill. That's a very common one, which is really cool. And you're going to come to Gundergaz, and you're going to go down here into this little hut, okay? And it's going to have the Snuffling and Wax Ruby vendor. This is the guy you talk to, and you're going to contribute wax to this thing here. And you have to do 5 at a time. So I just spent all 5 of the ones I had. Once you do that, if you fill the entire bar, you can get a ruby to trade with this guy, okay? This guy trades in what's called Firelight Rubies, and these are very valuable. You can now pick up a waxy bundle of herbs, or a bundle of leather, or rocks, or crystals, or you can get a wax arsenal, which I tried to get before, and I do have it here. I don't know what this does. It says this will teach you wax weapon appearances eventually. I don't know what that means, but the bigger thing you can do is grab these bundles of resources like herbs, or especially the bundle of rocks. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in a second. I'm going to show you what that looks like and the rewards that you can get out of it, just to show you how profitable this really is. So just give me a second here. All right, I've gone out and I've collected a whole bunch of wax, little glob of wax things, and I'm going to contribute them all now to this guy. It takes 5 per contribution, and that gets you 10% of the bar filled up. I'm going to click it until I get all the way to the top, and then boom, I'm going to get a Firelight Ruby, and I can keep contributing more, of course, and I can go get some more. This is just from running around snuffling those little purple things that are on the ground. Then I go to the here, and I'm gonna grab some resources. Now, if you're a crafter and you need resources for crafting, then boom, you can just do it that way and you can get some crafting. But I'm here to buy something that I can sell on the auction house. So I'm gonna get this waxy box of rocks, and then you're gonna see how many this actually gives me. It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna move my camera so you can see exactly on the thing there. When I click this, it's gonna give me a bunch of ore. So here we go. Boom. There we go. So it actually gave me 66 bismuth, 29 iron claw, 23 acarite, and a full null stone. These null stones are worth a ridiculous amount of gold. And again, this is why this is so profitable, I think, is you can just fly around the zone and interact with these waxy objects, whatever they are, and then you're gonna get all these resources that you can go sell on the auction house if you want to, or you can use them in your own crafting. But that is an enormous amount of resources that I just got. It's about as much as it would have taken me to go and mine all that stuff myself, except it's probably a little bit faster, if I'm honest. I actually think it's a little bit quicker than just actually individually mining all of that acarite and all of the iron claw, and in particular the null stone. You do not find a straight up null stone on its own out in the wild. You're gonna get like null stone fragments and stuff, which sell for a lot of gold, but just straight up getting a null stone just all on its own, that just doesn't really happen. And so we're gonna sell this now in the AH. We'll see how much this actually sells for. Let's take a look here. Let's do the null stone first. So boom, we're gonna put this on. That's a 5,000 gold null stone right there. Just boom, just straight up. I was able to get that. And then there's our acarite that we're gonna sell. That's 800. Let's just type in ore here so I make sure I can get it all. We've got, that's just some potions that I've gotten from getting it. You also get a bunch of really cool stuff like these handful of bismuth bolts. These sell for a lot right now, 321 gold just for 2 of them. And then these like bismuth fish. It's kind of weird. You get these weird like crystal and rock fish just from doing all this. You also get some really big crafting, like special crafting reagents here. This is called a profane tinderbox. That's 2,000 gold just from a profane tinderbox. That's just from me looting these little waxy, you know, the little snuffling wax things on the ground. And then again, we've got all the rest of our ore that we got here. There's all that. Core alloy. We also got some of these. Again, what you're getting here is incredibly valuable stuff that you can sell, and you're not going to get all of this from just doing regular mining. You might get some of it, but you're basically guaranteed to get all of this from the mining that you're doing. Now I'm getting into the thunderous hides. I'm not going to do the hides because that's not what we got. We ended up getting the crystalline powder. It's not worth that much. That's okay. Glittering glass. It's okay, but we've sold most of the really important stuff that I wanted to sell, and you can see all of it is again just immediately being sold on the auction house. So once again, I just want to highlight that this is something that you can do down in, you can do it in any zone. It'll work in any zone, but you're going to want to get your reputation with the Assembly of the Deeps up and running pretty early on, because it's going to allow you to encounter these rare snuffling events. And then again, you're going to go down to the Cobalt, you're going to fill up that bar, you're going to get like a Firelight Ruby, and you can cash that in. And it's a flexible thing that you can do. You can get herbs, you can get ore, you can get skins, you can get engineering supplies, you can get whatever you want. If you want to go and do crafting professions and actually like a production profession, you can do that. Or again, like what I'm doing, you can just sell it on the auction house and make incredible amounts of gold. I've never made more gold in the game than I am right now, just from all the stuff that I'm selling. So I would say this is a really easy activity that you can do. It's like a second monitor thing, right? Put a television show on your second monitor and just fly around and do some snuffling and enjoy yourself. Just kick back and relax, and you're going to end up making a crazy amount of gold. So let me know if you guys have any more questions about snuffling and kind of the wax trading that can go on down in the ringing deeps. It is very valuable. I would highly encourage all of you to do it. It's a relaxing sort of easy way to make a lot of money. It's really awesome. So thanks so much again for watching. I'm going to keep bringing more War Within expansion features that are coming, and I hope you guys can all jump in and enjoy them as well. If you have any questions, once again, ask me in the comments down below. Thank you so much again for watching. Love you all. I will see you in the next one.